Tuesday, February 18th, 2020. Shit. I haven't seen you guys for a few days. What a weekend. That was a Valentine's Day for the fucking history books. I told you guys last week that I met someone and she came and visited me again and spent 3 days together. It's pretty awesome, I gotta say. But now that it's over, I can honestly say it's good to be alone. It's good to be by myself. Yeah, I miss them, don't get me wrong, but you haven't really learned to appreciate yourself until you love spending a good amount of time alone. Uh, and I really feel bad for people that haven't fixed that. Like, people that haven't found a way to like spending time alone. It probably means that, like, there's something missing in your social, your social scene. And fix that quickly so that you can get to a point where you're just like, when you're hanging out with people, you're actually thinking to yourself, like, I can't wait to be alone. And I am. I'm alone. I got the house all to myself. It's great. In fact, I was just about to make this fucking video when two hot-ass girls knocked on my door. And this is the second time, and this is the second week in a row that's happened. And then the first week, I literally like called the cops on these girls because they were rude and I hated their energy, and they just came and knocked on my door without reading my sign, and they felt like combative or whatever. But this day I opened the door and I decided, like, I'm gonna be nice because I don't like the side of myself that isn't nice. And what I got in return from them when I opened the door mean last week is it was, I don't just blame people. It might have been they were, they felt attacked, and so they were defensive. I was friendly to these girls, and I let them do their like 2-second spiel about being a Jehovah's Witness, and then I just hit them with it. I literally just hit them with truth and knowledge, and they were just like, it was about a half an hour speech I gave them, and it was nuts, and it felt good. Why? Why did it feel nice? Because that's who I am. I'm someone that realizes when I see followers that are blindly following, thinking that they're gonna find a piece of themselves that gets filled, and then they'll feel whole and great. It doesn't work like that. I'm telling you. Everyone needs to learn to start forging their own path, and that is why the topic of today's discussion is be alone. Now, how do you do that, right? Like, really the topic of today's discussion actually is to be yourself. And what I want to tell people is that I'm finding it's really hard for most of us to be ourselves surrounded by people. Groupthink, the herd mentality. We change, we act out, we just aren't ourselves. I mean, I'm not even acting like myself right now because I don't even feel like I'm alone because there's a camera watching, and I know there's going to be a video, and I know other people are going to be watching it. I don't usually find myself getting so excited alone. I'm actually quite calm, and that's one of the reasons I need to be alone, is because I need that calmness in my life. I get my heart rate just like around other people. It's like, boop, 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 boop. It's a fucking hummingbird. I'm working on changing that. So what can we do to help ourselves be alone more? Well, one thing I found is find people that are there for you. Find them. Know who they are. Test them. Do whatever you got to do. Make sure you're there for them too, but know who they are. Once you know who they are, schedule things with them. This is huge. Go to these people and tell them, hit them up and be like, listen, I would like for you to be a regular part of my life. I value you. And then work with them to create something like a next visit. And then that next visit is going to be huge for you. It's going to be huge. If you're afraid of being alone most of the time, now you can be alone finally. Why? Because I don't think pain is what most people are afraid of. Loneliness isn't what most people are afraid of. They're afraid of it's going to be like that forever, you know? Like it's never going to change. So when you make appointments with people to go visit and spend time with them, that's a scheduled treatment for you to not be alone, and you can take that feeling and hold on to it while you are alone. And all that time you spend alone, you can spend that time bettering yourself, being your own best friend, and enjoying the time alone that you have, because you're not going to corrupt yourself as much as other people will. You can actually be yourself around yourself. Can't you? Hopefully. I mean, that's the reason I think we need to be alone more often, is so we can learn to do that. And we can take that time to become the best version of ourselves possible. And that's why I answered the door for the Jehovah's Witnesses girls. I mean, yeah, they're hot girls, so they get that. But really what it is inside of those bodies is a person, and I want to reach people, and I want to free them. I want them. The best thing you can do for people in life the best thing you can do for people in life is to make your own life great, right? Because then they don't have to take care of you, and you're not out there sharing your pain. Imagine if everyone did that. Really, think about that shit. Then the next best thing you can do in life, all right, is to spread and share that feeling. Because the reason it's the next best thing is because most likely you won't have to. People are not as dumb as you might think they are. They have eyes, they have ears, they feel, they think, you know, they reason. It may not be as good as you, but they still do it. And they're going to see the life you're living. And you don't have to break it all down for them to see it and witness it and know. That's why we need less vain celebrities, you know. If you become popular, it's imperative for you to use that publicity for good. A lot of people use it for ego building and financial gain. Here's some quotes on being yourself. This one's by Oscar Wilde. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Right? So there's really no need for us to find role models anymore. We can just be like, hey, I really like what this person is doing with themselves. That encourages me to know that I can make these changes in myself. But that doesn't mean you have to be like them or do it like they did it. It's just like it's a feeling, it's a direction. It's not a GPS coordinate, you know? Okay, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. That's so amazing. Bernard M. Baruch. Yeah, we've all heard that one before. And so much in my life I felt like I'm too much for the world. I'm overwhelming. I gotta tone it back. I gotta not be myself. Scratch that. Keep being myself. Just be a better version of it. And don't be shameless. Don't be too cocky. When people give you feedback, even if you don't like it, receive it. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. Marilyn Monroe. And there you have it. If you ever see people yawning around you, never take that personally. You want to know what that is? Boring people get bored. That or they're just tired and need some sleep. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Once again, we're constantly looking at the external factors in our life, and it's time to stop. It really is. It's time to look within and find what changes you can make there so that you can show the world something it's never seen. And that alone will change the world. With that being said, my number one quote that I've said is, you want to change the world, start by changing yourself. And if you want to change yourself, start by being yourself instead of someone else. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate these videos, and I'll try to make more, and I hope they're benefiting you. And if they are, please comment, like, subscribe. Let me know it's not just me watching these videos, because pretty much that's what I'm thinking, and I'm okay with that, because I love learning and seeing all the beauty I'm trying to give to the world. It feels great. Thanks for being a part of it. Have a great day.